If there's one trip you're sure to convince your boys to join you on, it's your bachelor party. You better believe I was planning on taking full advantage. After tossing out a few ideas, including Alaska, Belize, and the Bahamas, I settled on a little town at the southernmost tip of Mexico. Xcalak. As the saying goes, X marks the spot, and the legends told about the treasures here have quite a bit of merit. Having had the pleasure of chasing bonefish only once before back in 2016, this adventure was both a great chance for me to bring 7 of my closest friends into the fold of saltwater fly fishing, but also the perfect opportunity to put my skills to the test almost 10 years later. Our goal for the week? Make some memories, stay out of trouble, and maybe, just maybe, catch some permit. Joining me on this grand adventure are a few gents who'd put Shackleton's crew to shame. First up, we got Brett Brunsey, the teddy bear. A real softie until he's riled up. I brainwashed him back in college into thinking fly fishing was fun. Years later, he still joins me on adventures and helps find all the best spots to eat. James Caswell, the wild card. A longtime friend, this joker could catch the biggest fish, could catch none. Why he chooses to sport a mustache at the most random of times, none can say. Cooper Hamlin, the carefree. Brought $0 on this trip, but luckily has his big brother to look after him. Sports a good attitude despite being out of his element. Turner Hamlin, the test dummy. The older of my 2 younger brothers, he's played the role of punching bag and test dummy his whole life. Tough as nails unless it's a toothache, he's likely to outfish everyone despite doing 0 research prior to arrival. Charlie Haywood, the aficionado. A certified guru when it comes to fly fishing, he's a wealth of knowledge and arguably a better friend. Always up for adventure, it's hard to find a trip he'd say no to. Hunter Lively, the devotee. Possibly the most fish-obsessed of my friends, the only challenge is getting him to slow down. Surprisingly enough, he's also allergic to fish.
Let's go!
Andrew Spangler, the youth. 2 brothers was plenty growing up, but he was a package deal along with my wife. Unfortunately, he couldn't make the trip due to his new guide role at No Names Lodge. Our early morning flight out of Dallas was followed by a 6-hour drive down the Yucatan Peninsula. So by the time we arrived at a little taco shack in Xcalak, the only thing keeping us going was the promise of a comfy bed and the days of fishing to follow.
They're making the tortillas from scratch right now.
I actually just ate the same.
Despite our late arrival and our abysmal Spanish, the kind ladies whipped us up some of the best shrimp tacos we've ever had. This sleepy little beach town set our hearts ablaze mere minutes into our stay. We finished our meal and finished our drive, arriving at Accommodations Eco Inn around 10 p.m. Luckily, our gracious host, Rob, was still up and showed us to our rooms. After a quick gear check, we hit the lights and fell asleep to the sound of the surf breaking right outside our rooms. Turner, the keys are in the car.
Yeah.
I awoke bright and early, unable to sleep, in large part due to the anticipation of our first day on the water. After packing up my tackle, sipping on some coffee, and helping the rest of the crew prepare for the day ahead, we loaded into the vehicles and made our way into town. Split into groups of 2, I found myself with the wild card, James, and my new friend Jorge, our guide for the day. Being the greener of our duo, James was up first.
Nice! Great work, James. As soon as you get to him, let's put that leader out. So pull your line off the reel. Yeah. Good stuff.
For standard boat etiquette, I was up next. No sooner than I had laid out my first cast, I watched a bonefish break off from the school, chase down my fly, and gobble up my shrimp pattern. Taking off like the silver torpedoes they are, I quickly played the fish, got him to the boat, and sent him on his way. Let's go.
This is it.
Let's go.
Bye, Dad. You good? Yeah. You're up.
Let's go!
He makes up for his skill with his luck.
My charisma. My good looks.
What'd you think about that? So get a little bit more bend in that rod. Yeah, I like that. So you can really fight him with that butt of the rod. Where are these bad boys at?
Yep. Oh, hit him on the back.
Oh, yeah. He's not moving, is he? He's moving that way. Come on, Parker. Make a good. Oh. I got a baby one.
Let's go.
I'm gonna do this with the pliers before I lose a finger. All right, let's go after the big boy. You see him, James?
Yeah.
It's a big school right up there.
Oh. I can hardly see it.
There's a lot of them, wow. It's a huge school. All moving right. They coming towards us?
Yeah.
Parker, get your line out. Tell me when. Now? Further?
The next few hours were slow. The barracudas wanted nothing to do with us, the bonefish disappeared, and when a school of permits showed up to play, they immediately gave us the middle fin and raced away. In hopes of regaining our momentum, Jorge suggested we go chase some sabalo, or tarpon as they're more commonly known. After paying off a local fisherman with a can of Coca-Cola, he pointed us in the direction of some rolling tarpon he'd seen further up the beach. It didn't take us long to find them.
Further?
Despite our best efforts and multiple fly changes, they too wanted nothing to do with us. Instead of pestering these fish more, we opted for a quick lunch break.
Tacos de Jorge. Chicken tinga. Cheers, boys. I'm actually vegetarian.
Now full of chicken tacos and flamin' hot Cheetos, we made our way to another school of tarpon who, you guessed it, also were not intent on playing cat and mouse with our fly.
And they're not interested.
The end of our day was drawing near at this point, so we figured we'd give the bonefish one last chance to dance.
This just doesn't do the color justice.
With the outgoing tide making way for skinny water, we jumped out the punga and tracked down the school of bones on foot. James took a shot and luckily found himself wrangling another bonefish to cap off the day. I tried a few casts, but with the school now onto us, I had no shot. As we walked back towards the boat to end our day, we caught sight of the largest permit I've ever laid eyes on.
That's not enough.
Moving ever away from us, the shot just never presented itself, but it gave me hope for the days to come. Pulling back up to the beach where we had started our day, we met the rest of our crew who were just as eager to exchange stories. I was stoked to hear everyone had caught fish, and Charlie had even landed a fun-sized tarpon.
Yeah.
Okay, when the tarpon jumping down your road, okay?
Yep. It's so fucking sick.
Are you ready?
Coño, no te lo puedo.
You go in front
Pero
of
no
the boat.
voy a.
You go in front of the boat. Okay, could you lead us?
We thanked our guides and made our way home. Per their recommendations, we had dinner that night, consisting of aguachile and shrimp burritos, washed down by a spicy michelada.
Dig in there. No, say it. It's all the better.
Cooper, you're first.
Day one in Xcalak was a great success, and we were excited for the days to come. Day two arrived with the sun, and despite my early rising, I was refreshed and ready to take on Xcalak without a guide. DIY fly fishing in a new location is always challenging, but the fish caught in the process are all the more exciting because of it. While breakfast would have been smart, my eagerness to start the day triumphed instead. Our crew quickly fanned out along the beach and began to cast in any and all nervous water. Before long, we found ourselves ankle deep in the surf, surrounded by picky bonefish. We can keep moving. So we can keep moving. Needlefish. Some needlefish chasing my fly. Let me know if you see a barracuda, because I got my 10 weight. Running thick through the sargassum, we chased them up and down the beach, adjusting flies and doing our best to spot them before they got too close. The learning curve without a boat proved to be surmountable, but still plenty challenging. Just the sort of difficulty we were looking for.
Well, I was definitely seeing fish move up along the grass this way. Oh, yeah. I see him. Turned off. Coming back towards you. They're all moving left out of the hole. Oh, is that a follow? Come on. They're all right here. Nice, let's go! Hell yeah, Turner. Yep, definitely increase your drag. Start reeling, reel. Oh. That was sick. Yeah, definitely crank down on your drag. Yeah, crank it down. So like add drag. Where are they? Yeah, it was just at the end where you lost it, where you're trying to, you really want to be able to turn their heads, especially as they're making their way towards that grass line.
I broke off a permit on my first cast. Saw a school running like right up.
Bonefish coming to you.
What's coming?
Bones. Turner just had a bone on. Yeah.
We saw a shit ton of big bones, so I took my crab off and put on a bonefish fly, and then as soon as I put on the bonefish fly, we saw a second school permit.
We've been seeing a ton of bones. Let them know if they push my way.
Yeah, they're pushing your way. They're right coming at you.
Oh, well, they were right next to me.
That's how it happens. It's hard to keep up with the bones.
In addition to the bonefish, we managed to find some young snappers hiding along the beach. Not much in the way of a fight, but they were cool to add to our list of species. By lunchtime, we had all gathered back at the lodge for a quick bite, and then collectively agreed to find some new water to fish. Having scouted out a pier the day before, we knew there was a chance to find some tarpon. Whether we could convince them to take our flies was a whole nother story.
Those are probably, oh, there's a little tarpon. Nice eye. Hard part is getting them to eat. If anyone hasn't seen a tarpon yet,
Go the other side.
Right here. Coming underneath that.
they're going right here. See them? Oh,
My bad.
With the sun bearing down on us and the fish completely uninterested, the audible was called and we were off to a new spot. Unfortunately, our adventure only held a few young barracuda. With the allure of ceviche and shrimp tacos now outweighing the allure of another fish, we ventured back to town along our bumpy jungle road. More shrimp tacos, more ceviche, and more Modelo made for another fantastic meal. Finding myself on the unlit road to Maha Wall at 4 a.m. on day 3 was not in my plans for the trip. But when your test dummy of a brother informs you that he needs to leave due to a toothache, you don't ask too many questions. After finding him a bus to Cancun, he encouraged me to return to Xcalak and enjoy my remaining days of fishing. Knowing he'd only feel worse if I missed the boat for the day, I obliged and made my way back to the rest of our crew. Not being able to help is a terrible feeling, made only worse knowing you're supposed to enjoy your day nonetheless. Back at Accommodations, we packed the cars and made for the boats. Unfortunately, my thoughts were with my brother, and I left my camera and struggled to film much of the day.
Go for the Grand Slam now. Does it count if it's a small one? Yep. See him? Yeah. La primera bayoneta con Jorge. Adiós, amigo. ¿Un otro?
Otro, sí, otro.
In short, I caught some bonefish and a palometa, broke off 2 permit, and learned my lesson trying to cast my 8-weight in the wind instead of my 10. As we wrapped up our day, Turner filled me in on his adventures. You can read the chaos that ensued after he left Mahawal, but suffice to say, his day was much worse than mine. The next morning, while Turner was enjoying his root canal back in the States, we kicked off the day with a strong pot of coffee and dreams of permit. Is it that point?
So he said, like, really eating at this area.
In our final day's pursuit, Hunter, Charlie, and I ventured up the coast to a point that was said to hold lots of fish. As the waves crashed all around us, a few triggerfish played amidst the surf, but none took an interest in our flies. Seeing as I was far more interested in having another shot at permit, this was of no matter to me, and my eyes returned to the distant waters, searching for incoming blades of black. The beauty of the point was the tide flowed out right where we stood, and every few minutes, schools of jacks and bonefish would follow it out towards the reef. After tying on a Simon's suspend crab, I cast at a bonefish making its way off the beach, and to my surprise, it eagerly swam to the surface and pulled down my fly without a second thought. Caught off guard, my strip set was less than ideal, and my efforts to make it up for it proved futile. As the bonefish shook itself off, I found myself fired up from the excitement. Setting my failure aside, I took this eat as a huge win and prayed for a passing permit to fool next. As most learn over time, willing God to do something is a poor excuse of a prayer, so as you might guess, no permit ventured into our little bay that morning. Having skipped breakfast before setting out, our grumbling bellies steered us back to Accommodations. Oh, come on. Did I get him? Yeah! Probably a jack, maybe a snapper. Little jack on the way. Go, 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 come on. We slowly made our way down the beach, finding a few jacks hanging underneath a pier. Despite their small size, these jacks made up for a good deal of entertainment as they wolfed down my floating crab cast after cast. Yep, there we go. Returning to the rest of our crew, I grabbed a quick bite but forgot to drink any water before I set off in pursuit of the bones cruising the shoreline. This is where the mistakes began. In truth, I'd yet to land a DIY bonefish of my own this trip, opting instead to help the rest of my crew find some of their own. But today was my birthday, and I was going to fix that.
I saw some here earlier. Let's see if they show up again.
With rod in hand and miles of beach ahead of me, I passed house after house in pursuit of a pier way off in the distance. I told myself I'd reach the pier, then turn around. This plan would have been fine had I actually stuck to it. Mistake number 2. As the sun continued its ascent, rising ever higher in the sky, I continued pursuing the bonefish. Fly change after fly change felt pointless, as the school simply avoided whatever I threw. Opting to dig through my fly box, one last time, I picked out a size 8 Bahama Mama, laid out a beautiful cast, and found myself a follower. This brief momentary lapse in judgment by these bones was all the encouragement I needed to keep going. The next school to swim by was spotted at a perfect distance, allowing myself enough time to make a clean, accurate cast that hit the water with the smallest splash I could manage. A few twitches and a strip set later, my reel found itself screaming as this flats phantom raced away.
Yeah, baby. It's a good one. Oh yeah. Right here again. Yep. Hey, bud. No, 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 no. Come here. Nope. Alright. Let's see how I can do this. Come off. There now. Yeah. Well, that's alright.
My regained confidence had me follow a new school of bones back down to the pier. By the time I made my cast, I realized something was wrong. My legs felt weak, my stomach none too pleased, and my head kept spinning. I fumbled around my bag for my water bottle to find I had not refilled it before taking off this morning. Nonetheless, I emptied the last few sips and started walking back towards the lodge. Dehydration and heat exhaustion are no joke, and I definitely learned my lesson that day. Despite my best efforts to take down another member of our group on this trip, I recovered quickly after a short nap and some electrolytes. I share this part of the story as a reminder to look after yourself out there, and to always fish with a friend. With my thirst quenched and exhaustion staved, it was time to actually feed myself. The legendary X-Flats being just down the road, we ventured out to see just what makes their operation so great. Showcased in no small part by their wall of permit graffiti, each permit caught here feels just as special as the rest. As our last day drew to an end, we took the time to reflect. Had everything gone as planned, would I have been able to appreciate that my friends showing up meant more than any fish ever could? What I recognize that missed chances and ones that got away are just as much a part of fly fishing as the ones we land. Would I remember my first DIY bonefish if I had caught a permit as well? It's hard to say, but I do know one thing for certain. Despite only part of our crew making it to the end, memories were still made and trouble was avoided for the most part. Nonetheless, the sense of failure that comes with not landing a single permit presents only one viable option for how to handle such a trip. Plan another one. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning in. This was such a fun adventure to share with y'all. If you like this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. It really helps out the channel. And drop a comment and a like while you're at it. I'll be going over my packing list in the next video, which you don't want to miss. With trips on the books, including Puerto Rico and a return to Mexico, I've got a ton of cool content coming your way, and I really hope y'all enjoyed it as much as I enjoy filming this. So until the next one, we'll see ya. Peace.